Chu Yen felt trapped between two choices. He didn't want to lose his wife, but he couldn't let her continue down this wrong path. I understand. Thank you for your help. I'll wait for her to come home and I'll make things clear right away. As soon as he finished speaking, Chu Yen glanced at the clock and grew more anxious. Where has she been? It's almost evening and she's still not home. Officer Nam replied, his tone steady. She might have something to take care of, but in any case, we have to wait. You need to stay calm. Chu Yen nodded, feeling as though everything was slipping out of his control. A little while later, the sky darkened. Chu Yen's wife still hadn't returned, and the atmosphere in the house grew heavier. Officer Nam turned to Hugh and decided not to let any more time go to waste. Hugh, you stay here with Chu Yen. I'll go with him to Lytucam's house. We need to settle this once and for all. Hugh nodded, understanding that his role was to make sure things didn't get any worse. All right, I'll stay here and contact you if anything happens. Chu Yen watched Officer Nam leave, feeling as though an ending was near. He could only hope that everything would be resolved peacefully, so no one would have to suffer anymore. Officer Nam and Chu Yen sat in the small house of Lytucam, the oil lamp quietly glowing in the stillness. Both of them sat in silence, waiting for her to return. It was already late, but they couldn't bring themselves to leave without meeting Lytucam. Officer Nam checked the time, occasionally glancing out the window as if waiting for something. Chu Yen, the kind man who had helped Lytucam, noticed the worried expression on Officer Nam's face and spoke up. Actually, she went to harvest in a distant area. She'll probably be late today. It's been like that the past few days. Sometimes she works until evening before coming home. And today, who knows, she might be further away. Officer Nam nodded, sighed, and then turned to ask Chu Yen, "Is her work going well? Does she still face any difficulties?" Chu Yen stared into the distance for a moment before replying, "There are tough times, but she's strong. I believe she'll get through it. No matter what happens, I'm always ready to help her." Just then, the wooden door creaked. Lytucam appeared in the doorway, tired but with a gentle smile on her face. She had returned after a long day in the fields. When her eyes met Officer Nam's, a sense of familiarity and relief washed over her. Officer Nam stood up, walked toward Lytucam, and said softly, "I'm glad we finally met. I was worried when I couldn't reach you." Lytucam looked at him, slightly surprised, but also feeling reassured. "I'm sorry for being late. Today I had so much work I couldn't come back any sooner. But thank you for waiting patiently." Officer Nam smiled and replied, "It's all right. I'm just glad to see you. You don't have to worry anymore." Chu Yen stood up, nodded, and walked toward the door. "I'll give you two some space. If you need anything, just call me." He said this as he stepped outside, leaving them in a quiet space. Lytucam sat down on the chair next to the table side and ran a hand through her hair. Officer Nam sat across from her, his gaze passing over her face, as if trying to understand more about what she had been through. "I'm sure you don't want to talk about what happened earlier, but I'd like to know, are you all right? How's your work?" Officer Nam asked. Lytucam looked into his eyes, hesitated for a moment, and then nodded. "Thank you for asking. My work is fine now, but it's still challenging. Every day, I have to work really hard to make a living, especially during times like this, when there are people trying to make things difficult for me." Officer Nam stayed silent for a moment, then softly said, "If you have trouble with thugs or anyone threatening you. I will protect you. Don't worry. I'll do everything I can to help. Lytucam looked at him, feeling comforted by his words. Thank you. But I know you have your own work. I don't want to be a burden. Officer Nam smiled his eyes, showing determination. You're not a burden. It's my responsibility. Chuyen stood up and walked outside, giving Officer Nam and Lytucam some private space. Officer Nam sat still, his eyes never leaving Lytucam. The atmosphere in the room became calm, yet there was still a sense of tension. Lytucam didn't say anything, only looked out the window where the darkness had begun to envelop the house. She was tired, but she still tried to maintain her calm exterior. Officer Nam began to ask, "Are you doing okay? Is your work causing you any problems?" Lytucam looked at him for a moment, and then replied, her voice gentle, but still tinged with worry. "I'm fine. The work is tough, but I can manage. It's just that lately, there have been things that have made me feel more tired. People I don't want to be involved with keep coming to me." Officer Nam nodded slightly, sensing the struggles she was facing. He wasn't an outsider. He understood her worries. He continued, "Those thugs, are they still causing trouble for you?" Lytucam sighed, her eyes misting over, as if remembering the difficult moments before. "They still threaten me. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but they won't stop. All I want is to live my life in peace and take care of my child. I don't know what to do anymore." Officer Nam sat up straight, his gaze hardening with determination. "Don't worry, I'll protect you. People like that can't keep harassing you. I'll make sure they can't hurt you anymore." Lytucam looked up at him, a hint of disbelief in her eyes, as if she couldn't quite believe that someone was willing to help her without asking for anything in return. "Thank you, but I don't want to trouble you too much." Officer Nam smiled, his voice firm yet gentle. "You're not troubling me. It's my responsibility, and I'll do everything I can to make sure you and your child are safe." Lytucam didn't know what to say. She just felt a sense of relief wash over her. Her life had been through so many hardships, but now there was someone who was ready to stand by her side, and that made her feel stronger. "Officer Nam, I don't know what to say, except thank you. Thank you for always being here, always helping me." Officer Nam stood up, walked toward the door, and turned back to look at her. His gaze never left Lytucam, as if to make sure she wouldn't have to face any more difficulties alone. "Don't worry too much. I'll always be here protecting you and doing whatever I can to help." Chuyen stood outside the door, saying nothing, but from the look in his eyes, Lytucam could feel his reassurance and encouragement. He also trusted that Officer Nam would do everything possible to help her. "Officer Nam, if you ever need anything from me, just let me know. I'm always ready to help," Chuyen called, from outside the door, not wanting to interrupt the conversation, but wanting to contribute to helping her in any way he could. Officer Nam just nodded, then turned back to Lytucam. "I know. Thank you, Chuyen." The conversation gradually came to a close in an atmosphere full of sincerity and determination. Lytucam felt her heart lighten, as if the burdens she had carried for so long were slowly being lifted. She believed that she no longer had to face all the difficulties alone. And the most important thing was she could start over with the support of the good people around her